Okay, guys. When people have mental health issues, don't like the word, mental health difficulties, we are very quick to prescribe them medication and antidepressants. And I know from my own experience, about 15 years ago, when I was going through depression, I was offered the same. I was offered antidepressants. And in that time of my life, I was going through panic attacks. I was very scared because I didn't understand what was going on inside of me. I didn't know what was going on in here. And I didn't know what to do and if I would ever get out of it. And the only thing that I knew in that time was, because my body, like every cell of my body, was screaming no to the antidepressants. That was the only thing that I knew. This is not the solution. And it was very difficult to remain true to myself because everybody was pushing me. My family, relatives, friends, the healthcare professionals, and you're so encouraged to take antidepressants and sometimes almost forced to take them, because what else do you want to do? There's nothing else we can do, apparently. And I didn't know why I was feeling so strongly about the medication, because I've never taken antidepressants. I didn't know where that was coming from. I didn't understand anything, but it was so strong, I could not ignore it. So I just had this full trust in that one thing. And yesterday, I watched a very long reel of a young woman sharing her experience with antidepressants and how they damaged her for life. And I cannot tell you, even now thinking of it and hearing her story makes me feel sick physically. She was also given antidepressants. She did not receive the adequate warning that she should have. And no one told her that the medication could damage her sexual health, which it did. And it also damaged her nervous system in a way that she lost her entire emotional life, meaning that she cannot feel joy, she cannot feel the love from her mother. And I don't know how she's even able to live, to still be here and have this speech come out of her and fight for this to become public now. And I really believe that we're doing great damage if we're not taking people's wisdom seriously, because there is wisdom in every single human being. We all have this thing called intuition and gut feeling, and sometimes it's stronger and sometimes it's tiny, but when it has to be very, very strong, it suggests that it's really important to listen to it. And I see so many people who have mental health difficulties as well and who are offered antidepressants, and so many of them don't want to take them. People who are on medication want to stop it. So many people have this great aversion towards antidepressants. What do we think what it is? Just some nothing? That means something if so many people have this aversion. That's the wisdom coming through all of these people. That's the same wisdom that came through me. Luckily, I never touched the medication. And you know, the people who have to live with the consequences of something going so terribly wrong, like with that woman, with that young woman who cannot feel anything anymore, who is numb for life. It's not the healthcare professionals who offered that medication to you who have to live with that. She has to live with it. So we cannot ignore that wisdom coming through us, our life insurance, that is, because we're pressured into something by people who we look up to, who we believe are experts in their fields. And some of them might be, yes. Some of them, I know that they're great healthcare professionals. It's not all black and white, there is nuance, okay? But there are a lot of healthcare professionals who do not understand that people have very clear intuition, and instead of encouraging that and strengthening that, we tell people not to listen to it, not to listen to their own life guidance. That's the world we're living in. And this very strong aversion that people have towards antidepressants is coming from somewhere, because something in us knows that is not the solution to the problem. Maybe if some people don't have that, maybe if people feel, oh yes, that seems like the right thing to do and it feels good, they feel calm in their body, they feel relaxed, then maybe for those people it might be beneficial. I don't know. But what I do know is that we cannot ignore our own intelligence, that higher intelligence that comes through us, that comes to us when we need it. We cannot ignore that without consequences. And giving medication to people instead of helping people to understand what is going on within, how to take care of their emotional pain, how to release emotion from their system, how to be fully present with the intensity, with the pain that we feel, a skill that we're not taught anywhere. How about we teach people that instead of offering the pill? How could that world look like if we taught people how to take care of their emotional pain, how to be present with the triggers when something comes up, when something feels unbearable, how to stay present with that, how to follow the sensations in the body, which often is trauma releasing. But it's not releasing if we're unaware what's going on, if we don't know what to do with it. So how about we teach people about the inner mechanisms of their miraculous bodies? How about we connect with people who are suffering? How about we listen to what they have to say instead of sending them away with a little pill? How about feeling with them, sitting in the mud with them and feeling with them? You know what has helped me more than anything, and to this day continues to help me more than anything? If I'm in pain and I have a safe space where I can go and share that with someone, and that person will sit next to me and just be quiet and just listen, maybe hold my hand and let me cry, maybe even cry with me, because it's so terrible sometimes. That's what has helped me more than anything, more than any pill ever could. Having that space to go into the pain, to have someone next to me who's not scared to go there with me, not someone who's trying to explain the chemical process in my brain from my depression That didn't help me. That made me feel just something was wrong with me. Of course, the chemical process in the brain is different when you're depressed, because you're depressed, but that's not the origin of the problem. It's not like your brain just stopped functioning and now you're depressed. So my wish is for us as a collective to learn to be the safe space for each other, and to learn to know what to do when emotion comes, when old trauma comes up, when we are triggered, when the way we feel is very and utterly disproportionate to the actual situation that's happening on the outside. I wish for all of us to know what we need to do in those moments. And I wish for every single human being to reconnect with their own intuition and not let anybody else force them into something that they very clearly feel is not for them.